In today's fast-paced world, businesses and entrepreneurs need all the help they can get to stay ahead of the competition. That's where virtual assistants come in. Virtual assistants provide administrative, technical, and creative assistance to clients from all over the world. And now, Virtual Assistant University, the premier training program for aspiring and experienced virtual assistants, brought to you by Virtualasting. Our comprehensive online courses cover everything you need to know to become a successful virtual assistant. You'll learn essential skills in time management, communication, client management, and more. You'll gain practical experience through real-world projects and assignments. And you'll earn a certificate of completion that will help you stand out in the virtual assistant industry. But that's not all. As a graduate of Virtual Assistant University, you'll also have access to Virtualasting's client matching program. Virtualasting is the mother company of Virtual Assistant University and is dedicated to connecting businesses with skilled virtual assistants. As a Virtualasting VA, you'll have access to a steady stream of clients and a supportive community of fellow virtual assistants. Sign up for Virtual Assistant University today and start your journey to becoming a successful virtual assistant with Virtualasting. In today's fast-paced world, businesses and entrepreneurs need all the help they can get to stay ahead of the competition. That's where virtual assistants come in. Virtual assistants provide administrative, technical, and creative assistance to clients from all over the world. And now, Virtual Assistant University, the premier training program for aspiring and experienced virtual assistants, brought to you by Virtualasting. Our comprehensive online courses cover everything you need to know to become a successful virtual assistant. You'll learn essential skills in time management, communication, client management, and more. You'll gain practical experience through real-world projects and assignments. And you'll earn a certificate of completion that will help you stand out in the virtual assistant industry. But that's not all. As a graduate of Virtual Assistant University, you'll also have access to Virtualasting's client matching program. Virtualasting is the mother company of Virtual Assistant University and is dedicated to connecting businesses with skilled virtual assistants. As a Virtualasting VA, you'll have access to a steady stream of clients and a supportive community of fellow virtual assistants. Sign up for Virtual Assistant University today and start your journey to becoming a successful virtual assistant with Virtualasting.
Hello guys. Good evening. Hello po. Yan, I hope you guys can hear me well. So, good evening po ulit and welcome to Virtual Assistant University. So, yan, my name is Kenji. Yan, one of the marketing officer here. So, ayan, let's start. Okay, so welcome po sa first live natin for batch 36 yan. So currently nagpe-prepare tayo for batch 36 and while preparing yan, syempre magko-conduct muna tayo ng mga free webinars like this. So kung gusto ninyong maging stay updated sa mga future webinars natin, follow nyo lang yung ating Facebook page at Virtual Assistant University. Okay? So, yan. I hope marami tayong maging viewers tonight since yon very special tong live natin ngayon. Aside sa co-host natin yan, syempre, itong live talaga na to is for those aspiring virtual assistants. So, as you can see naman sa ating title tonight, yan. Wait. Ayan. So, from aspiring to thriving, steps to become a successful virtual assistant. So, yan yung topic natin for tonight. And kung meron kayong questions as we go along, huwag kayong mag-hesitate to comment it down. Okay? And also, yan, sabi dito, kindly share this live stream or tag as many friends as possible to win 500 peso GCash. So, kung gusto niyo ng instant 500 peso GCash, share nyo na tong live natin sa iba't ibang Facebook groups or kung isi-share ninyo sa timeline ninyo, huwag nyo kakalimutan na i-public para nakakount natin yan. Okay? And yung winner, i-announce natin sa next live stream natin. Yan. So kung kaya nyong i-share yan and also i-mention lahat ng friends ninyo sa comment section natin ay better. Okay? Yan. Hopefully, yung mga kasama namin sa mga previous webinars natin, yan, lalo na sa mga nasa Facebook group natin, is also joining us tonight. Okay? Yan. So, nakikita ko medyo nag increase na din yung mga viewers natin. So, baka naman pwede mo kayong makita or ma-feel sa comment section natin. Okay, guys? Yan. So, again, kung gusto niyo ng 500 peso GCash, yan. So, kindly share this live stream or pwede niyong i-tag yung friends ninyo sa comment section. So, malay nyo, sa inyo na mapunta tong 500 peso GCash. Yan. Kung pwede nga lang ako makapag-mention dito. Joke lang. Okay? So, ayan. Okay. So again, ang topic natin for tonight is from aspiring to thriving. So steps to become a successful virtual assistant. So yun nga, talagang yung webinar na to is for those aspiring virtual assistants, lalo na yung mga walang background sa pagiging VA. So, welcome ba kayo to join us? Ano ba yung mga steps na pwede nating gawin? Okay? So, ayan. Huwag na natin pang patagalin pa. Yan. Okay, so a little introduction. So, again, my name is Kenji and one of the marketing officer here. And I'm proud to say na yon product din ako ng Virtual Assistant University. So, galing ako ng batch 3. Ayan. So, yun, ngayon nasa batch 36 na tayo and I can't wait na mag-start tayo. By the way, magsa-start pala yung training natin this April 1. O, di ba? Number 1 na number 1. So, April 1 and that is Monday. So, dyan magsa-start yung batch 36 natin. And to know more about sa ino-offer naming program or training dito. So, stay tuned hanggang sa dulo ng live natin para ma-discuss natin ano ba yung kaya namin i-offer sa inyo and yung mga questions ninyo na nare-receive namin kung magkano nga ba yung bayad sa training. Okay? And, ayan. Okay. So, of course, yan, meron akong very special guest tonight. Ayan. So, na-miss natin siya for sure. Okay? So, hindi ko nahahabaan yung introduction. So, hayaan ko na siya yung mismong magkwento sa naging journey niya. And siguro mabigyan tayo ng background sa Virtual Assistant University as well as sa virtual lasting before tayo mag-proceed sa main topic natin for tonight. Okay, so adding here sa stream, our CEO, Miss Judy. Hi, Miss.
Hi, everyone. Can you hear
Hi.
me?
Yes, Miss. Clear po.
Okay. Oh my
Yes.
gosh, I'm back.
Yes. So
Yeah,
happy.
it's
Apo.
been a while that I've been on a live stream. Was not feeling well for a long time, but I'm so glad to be here and I'm so glad to be with Kenji right now.
Same here, Miss.
And in fact, because it's been such a long time, since I've not been here. So I've not had a chance to like rehearse or like go through like whatever I need to say. So I would like Kenji to like lead me through this. If you want me to share something, Kenj, maybe you should like ask me questions.
Okay po. Yes.
Like interview mo na lang ako. Kasi I
Yes.
know the flow because Kenji talaga is the one who really prepared all of this.
Yes. Okay, so first, Miss, maybe you could give us a little background about Virtual Assistant University as well as Virtual Lasting. Ano ba yung role niya sa VAU?
Ay, ako? Oh my gosh. Chunky, you go down. Chunky. Oh my gosh,
Hey, Chunky.
my cat jumped to like it's bothering me because like I don't know if there's a knife. But anyway, so to everybody who's here, I don't know if anybody is like watching the live stream. Is anybody watching the live stream?
Guys, comment down.
Because I feel like because I'm just a guest on the live stream, so I don't know if there's anyone watching.
Currently po, meron po tayong 15 viewers.
Okay, so to the 15 viewers, hi. So um I actually started this whole journey of virtual assistants like super duper way back, even before there was no term called virtual assistant. And so what I really learned through my journey, and I'll try to keep it short because I'm so talkative, but like through my journey and this whole thing, what I really realized is that when I was really just trying to look for jobs online, and what I really realized was that it was hard because nobody I'm actually trying to share the live stream. So what I really realized was that there were so many scams online, and most of all, it was so hard to get in. And that was even at the time, Hana, it's so different than today, because today there's just so much competition, right? So much competition. Everybody's like looking for an online job. Years ago, there were people who were trying to look for an online job to just really get paid. But in my end, I was like, how to make money online? Like for me, it was such a far-fetched idea. Like obviously there's no ATM now would come out of your computer. And it was like how to get that money to your bank account, like that kind of thing. So that was the struggle. Soon after, I encountered so many scams that I had to like work through so many things myself. It was very frustrating, but also um but also what I realized was that if you wanted to really earn something online, is you have to upskill. So that was also the time that I went through a journey by myself, like learning the ropes, learning what I needed to do, how to get clients, how to keep clients, what skills I needed to do. So basically, it was a very organic way, and it took me years, honestly. It took me years until such time that I started a company called Virtual Lasting. And like it's a whole other journey in itself, but basically what I can just really say is, if you notice that you're trying to get an online job right now and you're not getting a lot of success, it's because there's a lot that you need to know about even just landing a job, the skills that you need. It's not just like a call center job, because I was from the call center industry at that time. I did not graduate college. So for me, I was like, what can I do to what can I offer in the world to be of value and to actually learn and actually earn something. And so, fast forward to many years, we started Virtual Assistant University in 2019, but we actually have been operating a virtual assistant agency since 2011. So, what I can say is we really do have a very good foundation as to, because obviously we hire virtual assistants, right? So we know what clients need. But most of all, it really came from my own experience, experiencing it myself, being in the thick of it, and learning from myself. It's a dog eat dog out there, like a dog eat dog world out there. And most especially now that everyone's competing for a role. So, ang dami kong sinabi, Kenj.
Na-miss po namin yon.
Ang dami.
Ayan. Yes. Hello po kay Mariel. Yan. So, watching daw po from batch 33. Yan, ongoing yung batch 33 natin. Okay. Hello din po.
Wow,
Hi, Miss Yur. Yan, nasa backstage si Miss Yur. And
miss
same with
you.
Virtual Lasting. Yan. Okay. Hello daw po. Good evening daw, Miss Yur.
Hi, Marielle.
Yes. Ayan. Hello po kay Ma'am Dani. Okay. Ayan. So, thank you so much po, Miss Judy. Yan, na-miss nga namin yung mga ganong story time ni Miss Judy. Actually, marami pa yan, guys. Yan, and I hope yan maikwento ng buo yan ni Miss Judy so sa mga susunod pa nating live stream. Okay, so I think pwede na tayo mag-proceed sa topic natin for tonight. Okay, so for sure, yun, alam na alam ni Miss Judy siya yung best person talaga to seek advice, especially sa mga gustong mag-start sa pagiging virtual assistant. Okay, so ano ba yung topic na i-cover natin for tonight? So first is, yun nga, aspiring virtual assistants, yung virtual assistant landscape, importance ng skill development, setting clear goals, yan, navigating the learning curve, building an online presence, and lastly, overcoming challenges. Okay. So first is, ayan, so aspiring virtual assistant. Of course, yan, ginawa talaga namin tong free webinar na to for aspiring VAs. So syempre, as an aspiring virtual assistant, very crucial talaga yon to clarify yung mga goals na gusto mo and aspirations, lalo na dito sa dynamic world
Yeah.
na pinapasok natin. And also, importante na alam natin ano ba yung nagmo-motivate sa'yo to become a virtual assistant. Yun. So, ilan yun sa mga aspirations na mag-guide sa atin sa journey. So, meron tayong points dito, personal objectives, skills development, and industry interest. So, for personal objectives, so, ano ba, Miss Judy, yung mga kalimitan na dapat personal objectives mo, lalo na kung gusto mong maging
Okay.
virtual assistant?
My gosh. Si Fluffy. So
Sapunin
anyway,
ko natin.
so personal object, no, Fluffy is like knocking on the other door. Kahit walang tao. So personal objectives, this is so important, guys, kasi when you so many people actually when they say that they want to be a virtual assistant, it's because kasi yun na yung uso, tapos they hear about people na working online, tapos sinasabi nila, ay, mag-virtual assistant na lang ako kasi, ano, yung kapitbahay ko, may client daw, binigyan ng client ng ganon-ganon, whatever it is. Yung mga ganon na mga things. What they don't realize though is that being a virtual assistant is a real job. Okay. It's a real job, but it can also be a real career. Okay. It really depends on you what kind of approach you're going to um, somehow like do this thing. But if you do want to have some success in this, I would say I am a success story in this because I literally started by really thinking. It was really because I was so sick of my own job options at that time. In my end, I really evaluated sa sarili ko, like, what do I really want to happen in my life? It wasn't just a question of, tamad ako eh, so maybe I'll just be a virtual assistant kasi parang ang easy-easy lang. No, it was really because I thought about the things that I wanted to accomplish in my life. And there's so many factors to that. Okay. So obviously there would be the factor of what kind of income do I want to have? At that time, honestly, I just wanted to somehow match the earnings that I had in the call center. And at that time, it wasn't even big, like 20,000. It was like super long ago, right? So in my end, I was like, you know what? I just want to like match that, but be able to work from home. But also, I thought about other personal objectives that I wanted to achieve. There were so many things that I wanted to happen in my life that I couldn't do while having a graveyard shift. Tapos nagji-jeep ako and things like that. Because in the morning, I would be so grouchy. I would not have, parang all my life was wasted on the job because I couldn't do other things that I wanted to do. There were a lot of other things that I wanted to do. I wanted to be I wanted to start a business. I wanted to do my art. I wanted to travel. I wanted to, like for me, it was very sad for me that I couldn't spend time with my grandmother when she was dying because I had a shift. And if I dared to miss one night going to that shift, I would lose my job entirely. And for me, my job was everything at that time. And so, in my end, I wanted to have the autonomy to be able to spend time with my family, and these were the things that I wanted to have. So it was so important for me to be rooted in these things, because what you don't realize, guys, is there's a lot of sacrifice that you need to do to get there. Okay, because in place of um in place of that other job, which is the sacrifice that I couldn't have like spent time with my family and like do my hobbies and like have even the time to like go to the government agencies if I needed to get a passport or whatever it is. Like I can't, because my daytime was spent on sleeping and nighttime was working, so there was no possibility that I could be like have the time. So, in place of those objectives and personal goals and dreams that I had to really like write it down, because I needed the motivation to do the next steps, which was to develop myself in order for me to really make it happen, not just to get one client, but to really make a career out of it. Because the thing about it is, if you're just going to think about it like a racket racket kind of thing, then it will never be a sustainable job and a sustainable career to be a virtual assistant. The reality is, clients can be fickle, they can cancel on you, it would be hard to get a client, yung mga ganon. There's so many skills that you need to learn, and if you don't have the motivation and the personal objectives and goals that you have in life, you will not have the um like the tenacity and the motivation to really achieve, to really even stick it out. 'Di ba, Kenj? Because if you don't,
Totoo po.
you don't have a reason,
Yeah.
it's going to be very difficult for you. So, with regards to personal objectives, I would say for me, it could be super different for you. You could be a mother and you would want to have more time to be with your kids or to spend time with your husband, to be able to like cook for them or whatever it is. We could have so many different lifestyles. For me, I don't have kids, I only have cats. But definitely the thing that really like I wanted most of all was to have quality sleep. Quality,
True.
my God. Kasi I'm so sick of it. I'm just so sick of like the alarm clock dogging
Yes.
on me and not having the flexibility to choose what kind of time I want to like do, diba? Kay like in my end, I was just forced to, like, if that's the shift that I was assigned to and it was a very difficult one, I just had to stick it out, and for me that's like the biggest slavery of all. It could be different for you. For me, that was the biggest slavery, because then like, because the time was so inconvenient, so the next day I would be struggling to fall asleep, and so the entire day I would be so angry at people who are going to like mess up my sleep. And so all day
Mhm.
long, I was actually sleeping. So imagine it's like a 9 hour shift with one break, with when 1 hour and 30 minutes break. But the rest of the 24 hours was me trying to condition myself to sleep. So for me, the biggest motivation was sleep. Like me having the proper sleep, and then me being able to like, let's say if my friends would say let's go to Boracay, I wouldn't be able to go to a Boracay with like a
Yes.
day job, right? I would not. I would have to beg for a leave, and I
Yes.
couldn't go. And so many of these like trips I couldn't go, and I felt like, oh my gosh, I'm in my 20s, and I feel like I've, I don't know, exhausted my life in worthlessness because I wasn't happy. So you have to define what makes you happy. What would really make you happy? And if being a virtual assistant could afford you that life, for me, that was the case. Definitely yes. So I was willing to like learn so many things in order to achieve all these things.
Yes, yan. Gustong-gusto ko miss yung ano, yung parang maging goal nyo dapat yun or objective nyo nga talaga yun. Kung paano ka nga ba talaga sasaya. Kasi baka nga mamaya maging mali yung objective ninyo. Baka sabihin niyo ay malaki yung sweldo dito. So, yun, sige, kailangan maging
Guys,
VA ako.
please, I am not going to sugarcoat it, ha. Kasi so many people would be like, ang gusto ko lang talaga is pera. And I'm not
Yes.
going to lie. Obviously, I wouldn't like fall in love with this industry if it really did not have money at all. I would not, honestly. However, in order to really have great success in becoming a virtual assistant, this is not like drama lang na I'm just trying to be sounding good. But if meron ka na lang talagang chance to design the way you want to live, then why not decide it now? Why not decide it now? Because in my end, I was like, you know what? I'm never going to do these kinds of like things anymore. Like, for example, in my end, I did not want to do phone calls anymore. Some people, I'm not saying that phone calls are not good, because some people really like enjoy let's say customer service tasks, and we still have those kinds of clients. I'm not saying it's bad, okay? But you have to decide like ano talagang trip ko. In my end, ang hilig ko kasi is writing and content and doing that kind of thing. And so I wanted to do something like that where I played up with things that I enjoy. Because the worst thing is really getting stuck in a job na hindi mo pa gusto, yung schedule is so miserable, hindi ka pa makapag-Boracay or Hong Kong or anong-anong, aside from you can't afford it, but you can't also, you don't have the schedule, yung mga ganon. So it could be very different for people. Because you could also really say, I'm not saying that being a virtual assistant is for everybody talaga. Because what if you want to really work in a bank? But because you heard na being a virtual assistant, you'll get more money, blah, blah, blah. But honestly, the way you define success is working in a bank and becoming a bank manager or something like that, then maybe this is not for you. So for me, honestly, you have to think about it that way.
Yan. Okay. So, yung next po natin dito is skills development. So, sabi dito is outline the skills you want to acquire or enhance. So, this will be the foundation for your success as a virtual assistant. So, Miss, bakit ba mahalaga tong skills development na to? Ano bang purpose nito?
Okay. So in my end, akala ko talaga na kaya lang yung bluff-bluff kasi I'm very um like if you meet me in person or maybe even online, or if you really knew me talaga years ago, feeling ko talaga na I can just bluff my way. Kaya yan. I'm just gonna Google it. Tapos, I'm just gonna say that I know it. Yung ganon. I was that kind of person until I found out that, like for example, yung mga ganon na job, I mean, is it even hard? You know, like I would have these thoughts. Because feeling ko ang galing-galing ko eh. Feeling ko lang talaga. Okay? And I'm not saying that I'm not magaling, but then being a virtual assistant, especially with global demands right now, it would require you to actually have real skills. And so what happened to me next was that for all these job posts that I was looking at, hindi talaga ako ma-match-match kasi wala talaga akong alam. And when I would go and sometimes napaka-confident ko kasi obvious naman I didn't know. But then I would like apply. Tapos when I get interviewed, napakadami kong bluff. It was really obvious. And it aside from the fact that it's not a good look and it's not a good impression to bluff your way out of it, especially that it's very skills oriented, this kind of industry. But it would turn off potential clients that would have appreciated me for my actual skills. Okay. But basically, I quickly found out that out of like, let's say, 100 job posts or listings, I was not, I was only maybe qualified to do perhaps like 1/10 of the job. And I could only really like qualify for what I had experience in, which was customer service. And the higher paying jobs were not the customer service. It was like a lot of those jobs were like other things that I really didn't have any idea. So kumbaga, if you really will not invest on your skills, beggars can't be choosers. That's one thing. But another thing is so many people are competing in those roles because ang daming mga tao who also don't want to learn. So then the people who actually get the roles that they want are the people who really invested in learning the skills. And at first, my God, I was one of those people who really was not interested to learn. But then eventually, when I got to the mindset that, you know what, like I really admitted it out loud. Now, you know what, if I don't do something, I will really not get anything and I will not earn anything. Kahit living wage, I will not be able to like survive this industry. So when I started learning, I also realized how beautiful it is to actually learn. I actually started to have fun and I actually started to be like, oh my gosh, it's not so bad after all, you know? So so that's how my journey started. I was like, oh, this is so fun pala. And I even found myself like studying and like tinkering all these tools and techniques and things like that, like even on weekends, even late at night. I wasn't even forced to do these things. I really genuinely enjoyed doing it.
Miss, may question po tayo dito.
Okay.
Yan. So, sabi po ni Evan, so when transitioning to a role as a virtual assistant without prior experience, what essential skills should one focus on developing?
You know what? This may sound cliche, but it's really the skill of being proactive and open to learning. Is that one? But for me, okay, maybe openness. Kasi if you're going to tell if you want me to answer na you have to learn copywriting or you have to learn web development, I don't want to say that because there's so many avenues that you can explore. However, for me, if there's one essential skill that I should focus on developing, it's really this essential skill of learning. And that may sound like cliche or whatever it is, but there's going to be so much learning that happens. In fact, if you must know, even right now in 2024, I am upskilling. I may not be sharing this to people, but I am upskilling. There are tools that I'm still learning. And what you must realize with being a virtual assistant is you will be behind if you don't keep learning. So even until now, even if technically I'm no longer a virtual assistant and I'm running a company, but there because it's very much um like the success of this role, and obviously we are very geared with virtual assistants. The success is actually very um connected to technology, and technology is ever evolving. So for me, the essential skill is really your willingness and your parang like how quick and willing are you to learn new things, because literally every day there's so many new things. The new thing last year was AI, right? And then this year, I'm not saying AI is old, but out from like Chat GPT, there's just so many things that popped up connected to that. And let's say if I'm the virtual assistant who applied for a job and I didn't care to learn about these new things, then I will sound like an idiot when these clients are going to ask me, 'di ba? And technically, I don't really have to learn these things because, like, in my role right now, which is the CEO of the company, I don't technically need to learn it because, like, I'm not doing these things anymore. But then, because I know that this is the industry that we're in, it's either you sink or you learn. So for me, that's the most essential thing.
Mhm. And another question po, Miss Yan. So what are the things to consider before giving up corporate work to transition into freelancing?
Mhm. Before I answer Mikosa, by the way, to Evan, if you're not satisfied with my question, you can definitely, I'm with my answer, you can definitely like give me more follow-up questions and I'm willing to answer. Okay. So
Yes.
let's answer Mikosa Laventa. What are the things to consider before giving up corporate work to transition to freelancing? Okay. So I'm never gonna be the person who's going to say like just I really hate it when online ang daming mga fake guru na sinasabi na walang kwenta ang pagtrabaho. Yung mga ganon. Even people na walang kwenta ang study ng college. Yung mga ganon.
Yes.
Nakakairita. Para silang mga
So,
networking bros na walang kwenta ang magnegosyo. Dapat mag-networking lang lahat. I'm not going to be that kind of person. Okay. In fact, I am very practical and we all have different comfort levels. I don't know where Mikosa is coming from, but in my end, when I transitioned from corporate work to freelancing, it was very much reliant on how comfortable I was with where I was at. Because you know what? I'm not also going to say Hana, kasi some people would be forever stuck in the corporate job and they don't want it anymore just because it's paying the bills. Okay. However, it would depend on how brave you are about being a little bit uncomfortable for a certain time. Because in my end, if somebody was able to like, kasi nangyari sa akin is I had a friend at that time na always nagbabrag na meron siyang client, something like that. Tapos, parang I'm so, ano na, like, parang kating-kati na ako. I wanted to like jump ship from the job. And I was, how old was I? I was 22. And I was very immature, very, I would say tanga at a certain point. Pero kasi nga, I was so sick of my job, I was saying, bahala na. I'm just gonna quit. The comfort level for me was that I didn't have kids, 'di ba? I didn't have parents that I needed to feed. I didn't have kids. So I was free to like, you know what? I'm going to explore. And true enough, it was really a big gamble kasi nobody was there to guide me. Buti na lang meron tayong VAU. I-plug na lang natin because we are going to
Yes.
really like guide you through it. But in my own journey before, nobody was there. And that friend of mine who promised to help me with like landing a client, obviously she did not help me. She just said, i-Google mo lang. And you know what? That was not the case at all. Kasi, oh my gosh, when I Google things, ang daming scam.
Yeah.
So I would say things to consider. Maybe so the reality is when you're trying to, whether it's with us with Virtual Assistant University and Virtual Lasting or with other organizations or you're going to do it on your own, the first thing to really consider is how are you going to survive monetarily with uh with finding a job while, like, obviously we have our own daily needs. If you have children, how much is that going to be, blah blah blah, right? With VAU naman, Virtual Assistant University, which is our organization, we have really facilitated a lot of people who have transitioned from corporate. And what they did was while they were doing the corporate job, they started training with us. Okay. And it was very difficult. I mean, looking at the people who did that route, I have so much admiration about their dedication. But yun kasi because they had a personal objective. They wanted it. So I could really see in them na, oh, they're really doing their very best. And then what happened is while they were training here, it took more than a month for some, maybe 6 weeks. Some of them it took longer, some of them shorter. It really depends on how dedicated you are and also kung ano yung ma-permit sa time mo and also the perseverance. And then after that, after the training and then they got graduation, they continued with their job until they waited for an actual client to hire them, which we also facilitated. If you do it on your own, I would really advise, if you have children, if you have bills to pay na malaki, and if you don't have enough savings, it could take you some time to land a client, especially with the job market right now. So do consider those things. Save up. If you don't wanna, I mean, I'm not saying na kami lang talaga yung option, of course, for getting a virtual assistant job, but that's how we have facilitated these people who are transitioning from corporate to freelancing. So we train them first and then we shortlist them to clients. While they're waiting for that job, they're still working their job, 'di ba? They resign around the time that they really like get a client, something like that. They even trial pa with the clients that we have.
Yes. True. And yun, before ko basahin yung next question, baka kasi malimutan ko. Yun nga, syempre when it comes to skills development talaga, lalo na kung hindi nyo pa alam kung ano ba yung mga skills na gusto ninyo, talagang better kung mag-join kayo sa training natin sa Virtual Assistant University. Kasi marami dito na nagtitrain na doon pa lang nila na-discover kung ano ba yung mga skills na gusto nila. And minsan nga, doon,
Yeah.
bagong skills pa nga
Diba?
yung
Like you would
gusto
be so
nila.
amazed na, wow, magaling
Yeah.
pala ako dito.
Yes.
Diba? Like for you, Kench, what was for you? Like kasi obviously you're a product of VAU battery. What did you discover na ay magaling pala ako dito?
I think on ano po, creating website. Kasi
Yeah,
hindi
you're
ko
so
pa
good at it, by the
ina-expect
way.
na hindi ko
Hindi
pa
mo
ina-expect
na-expect
na
yun?
gano'n lang siya kadali. Kasi parang back then mga alam ko talagang pino-program siya, kino-code siya.
Oo, feeling ko na, wow, pang genius talaga 'to, pang genius.
Yes, especially
Gano'n
sa
din naman
topics
si
din namin sa school na yun
mm.
nga, talagang kino-code siya. Not unlike dito 'pag nag-join ka sa training. So, ma-explore mo kung gaano nga ba kadali talaga
Oo, 'di ba? And
mag-build
then, wow, oh my
website.
gosh, I'm so good. Tapos, oh, edi you can brag na in school na, "Hoy, ang
Yes.
galing ko niyan." 'Di ba?
Totoo, totoo po yan.
Excuse me ha, but I'm so good.
Yes. Eto miss,
Yeah.
so another question po from Evan. So, are there any red flags or warning signs daw po that aspiring virtual assistants should watch out for when looking for clients or job opportunities?
Okay. For me lang talaga ha, I would say, okay. The biggest thing talaga when you're working as a virtual assistant, like the worst, is really if magtrabaho ka and then you don't get paid. That's the big thing, right? It's so annoying. Okay. I have gone through that personally early in my journey. I always share this experience to people na nagsulat ako ng 50 articles, 500 words to 1,000 words each. And then after nun, hindi ako nabayaran. Can you imagine? Ang sakit, 'di
Grabe
ba?
yun,
Ang boring pa
guys.
ng topic. Hindi pa hindi pa mga topic na, my gosh, like who is your crush? Mga hindi gano'n. Yung mga ang mga topic is napaka-boring tapos in the end hindi ka nabayaran. So for me, the biggest so how would you really so that's the risk, 'di ba? When you are working as a virtual assistant, paano ba talaga to vet those things, okay? In our end, because we've been in the industry for so long, kasi that happened to me, 'di ba? Happened to me. So, sa end ko naman, especially when I encountered those things, I was really like, oh my gosh, if meron lang talagang company na mag-vet ng clients, paying clients, who will really make sure na mababayaran ako sa 15:30, like, oh my gosh, or kahit monthly man lang, I just want to get paid. Kasi in the end, what we just want to do, first and foremost, is to get paid. Okay? So, as somebody who is running a company right now, I'm going to tell you very honestly, we still encounter clients na napaka red flag and napaka fishy. However, because we have been running this company for quite some time, so we have the funds to also somehow see it through and to risk it in place of the VAs. So kahit that's the reason why we have a trial period, tapos we will also try to check if makakapagbayad sila. They are on an automatic billing with the company. If yung client hindi makakapag-automatic billing sa amin, red flag na yan kasi nagha-hire-hire ka ng tao tapos hindi ka maka-afford. Yung gano'n. But I understand that for aspiring VAs, that's very difficult to do. Kasi ang daming mga, like, why would they hire you if magde-demand ka ng pera, 'di ba? Na hindi ka pa nag-render. So siguro that's the catch-22 there na when you are a new VA, tapos like, how can I make sure to get paid? Ang daming risk, guys. That's the reason why we have an agency because that was the same problem that I had and I didn't realize that I was that I would actually build that kind of company because I was so sick of it. There were so many times and even until now, we still have clients na like you cannot I'm not trying to scare people ha, but kaya nga we have a company kasi we have the risk appetite to explore if it will work out or not. Kasi either way, the VAs will still get paid by the company. But then in reality, guys, there's even clients na you work with for 1 year, tapos bigla na lang mawala ng parang bula, tapos hindi magbayad sa last billing, yung mga ganon. So, um, I'm gonna be very frank. That's the real risk about being a virtual assistant. If you go with a reputable company that you know will pay, which is Virtual Lasting, obviously, and VAU, definitely, kahit last pay nyo, we will not be damot about it and things like that. And we will not even like, lengthen it and like wait 3 months, yung mga ganon-ganon. But yeah, that's the reality of it. Everybody experiences it. I'm not saying that you'll also not risk getting clients on your own, but then there's a lot of risks about that. Like on my own palang, we have probably lost millions to that. As a virtual assistant myself in my old days, I would say na I have had clients who ran off on me na more than 50,000 yung dapat nila bayaran, tapos hindi ako nabayaran, yung mga ganun. And it hurts. It really hurts. But if you go with reputable companies such as ours, then yeah, we can help you. And regardless if your client will pay or not, we will pay you.
Ayan. Okay. So, guys, thank you sa mga questions nyo. Yan, medyo maraming nagtatanong. Okay. So, another question dito, Miss. So, is the client the one choosing your shift? Siguro yung tinutukoy niya dito once na magka-client na siya dito sa virtual lasting.
Okay. So, yung question na is the client the one choosing your shift? So, yung yung technique ng virtual lasting, which is the partner company of Virtual Assistant University, is we would ask you kung ano yung gusto mong schedule. Kasi what we will do is we will only match you to clients na okay yung schedule for you. Okay? I'll give you a real example ha. Merong isang VA before na sabi niya okay lang daw sa kanya kahit anong schedule. Okay? Hindi siya naging totoo, or she wasn't like, parang she didn't get real with herself kung ano talaga yung gusto niyang schedule. Tapos, binigyan siya ng client na akala namin, wow, ang ganda ng schedule kasi full-time tapos Australia client. So, daytime, it's not so difficult pa. It turns out, ayaw niya ang schedule kasi ang ingay-ingay daw niyang anak niya sa morning, tapos gusto niya na makapag-chore sa morning, ang gusto niya is sa gabi, yung mga ganon. And nag-quit siya, which was such a turn off sa client. So now, sa end namin, we want it to be a win-win situation. I want you to be very honest with yourself kung night owl ka ba or are you an early riser? Or are you more of a mid-shift person? Yung ganon, are you a midday person? In my end, honestly, I'm such a night owl that I think I'm maybe a vampire. Even if kahit sinabi ni Vicky Bello na dapat makatulog ako 10 p.m. to 2 a.m., at I'm so obsessed with preventing wrinkles because I'm 36 this year and I probably this kind of lifestyle is probably going to make me old. But then I can't stop it. I'm such a night owl. And so I'm honest with myself na I don't like phone calls that are like super late or early in the morning. Yung ganon. So with us, you have to be very honest. Maybe you could say, I would really like my best schedule would be, let's say, Eastern time, or like, let's say, my top preference would be 6 p.m. to 5 a.m. Or is it 8 a.m. to 5 p.m.? Yung ganon, like be honest with yourself, tell us, and then we're going to match you with a client who's also looking for that. A lot of clients are also very flexible and they would be like, We don't care whatever time this person works as long as they work the set number of hours. So basically, you can work anytime you want, 'di ba? Given that you will show up on the meetings na nakaschedule. So, meron din naman maraming ganyang client. Actually, a majority of clients are more flexible. Pero meron din talagang jobs na are very specific. So, you have to be honest.
Mm-hmm. And
And
last,
in the
you go, miss.
industry talaga ha, in general, nobody's gonna force you if you don't like the job. Okay? So, don't act like a victim na napipilitan lang ako to be in this night shift. Because when you're a virtual assistant, you actually choose if you want to work for that client. You actually, kahit it's with us, with our company or outside. So you're not the victim here. Yeah.
Mhm. And may question po si Scarlett dito. I think last question for this slide na lang. So how likely is it that you will assign a client to us daw po?
Okay. So in our experience, as long as you want to really land a client, you will really land a client. If you will also, let's say, get a client elsewhere, then no, it's not going to be something we take against you. But you have to really express that you want to get a client after the training. It could take time. It definitely will take time because it would also depend on like what your strengths are and also what the client's preferences are. But we will be very relentless with shortlisting you until you get the client. So it really depends. Also, my biggest advice would be is once you're done with the training, don't stop improving your profile and portfolio because it's really like the first impression. Like para siyang dating app na syempre if nag-selfie ka na napaka-pixelated tapos ang pangit mo sa photo, so you're not going to get a lot of matches. But if you're going to do your best with making sure na yung portfolio mo, so even after graduation, you can still improve it, right? You can still, do something about it. So that's, I would say, my top tips on getting a client.
Okay, thank you so much po. And yung last point naman natin dito na industry interest, somehow i-relate din natin kasi ito sa skills development. Siyempre, kung ano yung alam mong skills, so dun ka sa dapat na industry kung saan siya nakalagay. So yun, siyempre, understanding yung industry interest, kasama dun yung pag-recognize natin sa diverse range of industries na meron tayo. So tulad sa corporate na may mga medical, may mga nasa IT field. So, same with sa pagiging virtual assistant. So, meron din tayo nan. So, it is also important na ma-identify. Yun. Okay. So, next po natin dito is yan, the virtual assistant landscape. Of course, yun nga, before tayo mag-embark sa journey na to sa pagiging virtual assistant, explore muna natin yung current state ng pagiging virtual assistant sa lalo na ngayon 2024. So first is industry growth. So Miss Question, talaga po bang magiging in demand pa din tong pagiging VA now na yun nga, meron na tayong mga AI, tapos sa workplace setting naman, nagbabalik ka na lahat sa face-to-face na setup. So magiging in demand pa din ba tong pagiging VA?
Yes, actually, more than ever, it's still such a big demand, especially for us Filipinos, because there is such a huge preference for Filipino virtual assistants because we can speak well. And that's true. There's so many people, like I do have friends who are also like I have a best friend who is in the recruitment department of another big virtual assistant company here in Cebu. And she was really like, because I have more experience than her, obviously, because, like she only joined the company, like I think their company mga a year ago, but she wasn't really in that industry. However, she is in the recruitment circles for a long time. So she was asking me, like, are you concerned about AI? Like, is it going to be like affecting the hiring? And I have a very, um, for me, I have a very good grasp. And so for me, my opinion about this is very valid because I'm in this industry, right? And I really have been like in the thick of it. For me, AI is not a threat because AI will just enable both clients and VAs to do faster work so that we can focus on the things that really need that human touch and human connection. I would say that there will never come a time na all of the jobs in the world will be occupied by AI, no matter how Elon Musk will say it. But for me, there will always be jobs that will always need that human touch. Kasi for example, let's say me, ako, negosyante ako, and then I would also admit though that there are jobs that make, like there are specific job roles that are suffering because of AI. Like for example, um, copywriters and content writers. It's quite dwindling. That's the reason why here at Virtual Assistant University we are really giving a very holistic kind of training, because then you will not be left behind at all. Because what if you dedicated everything on copywriting, and then chat GPT happened, and then wala nang para sa'yo. So there are specific jobs that are like really being replaced by AI. Like for example, as I mentioned, chat GPT with content. However, if you're saying that the whole virtual assistant industry is going to be obliterated because of AI, the thing about it is these entrepreneurs will still need people who will operate the AI. Honestly lang like for example, let's say ako, negosyante ako, and then I'm in e-commerce, and I need like, obviously I'm running the whole operation. um Content is not the only thing that is being used in my business. There's so many things that I need in my business. I need people to help me manage my projects. I need people who will help me with, let's say, my billing, my invoicing, calling out customers about their concerns, and also answering feedback. I still need actual people who are going to respond to my social media posts, who are going to like really research on trending relevant topics so that I can have trending relevant content in my YouTube channels. I still need actual people who are going to be my evangelizers and my community managers in my Facebook group. I would still need actual people who will be, helping me with strategizing for marketing materials and marketing initiatives. Because, I've been using the AI tools, and honestly, it's still not like a real, what's this, replacement for a
Yes.
human who is going to
Sure.
work for you. And I would know that because I have people working for me. So I would say, like for example, right now I'm just using chat GPT for, let's say, if nasta stuck yung brain ko na I'm so stupid right now, and I want to like, list me down 100 topics relating to this so that I can use it for that. So it just, actually, for me, it's even a good tool for virtual assistants para mamadali yung work, even for clients, so that hindi stagnant yung work ng virtual assistant if the AI can do it. So parang for me, it is very important. Yung ganon. I think it's an
True.
awesome tool, and it can definitely, make productivity and profitability faster, revenues grow bigger, And also, they'll have more budget to hire more virtual assistants to
Yes.
do the more important work. So, yun.
Mhm. I agree. Same po tayo ng stand miss. So, hindi talaga
Yeah.
mawawala yung, yun nga,
Hindi
magiging
naman. Can you imagine, sasabihin ko
true.
na, my gosh, fired na kayong lahat. Fired na kayong lahat.
Kaya ko na to lahat.
Ken, Ken, sorry, wala na talaga kayong trabaho. Kasi ano, ginagamit ko yung mga AI tools. Eh, ang tamad-tamad ko ng gumamit ng mga tools. Can you imagine if ako lang talagang gumagamit ng lahat ng tools? Can I even organize it? Honestly lang. Tapos I have to think about profitability and I have to think about all these things. So
True.
for me, it's not a real replacement for people.
I agree.
Yeah.
Okay. So, sabi po natin dito, diverse yung roles dito sa pagiging VA. So, sa panahon ngayon, Miss, ano ba yung mga in-demand na roles sa pagiging VA? Like social media ba? Ano po ba yung mga matataas ang demand?
Okay. So for me, I'm seeing a lot of demand for definitely social media, definitely for not just like, simple lang na pag-post-post ng Facebook group, but also like for TikTok, let's say helping their clients with coming up with the reels, scheduling for those content every day. That's an everyday strategy. My God, can you imagine AI just doing that? It's an actual
Yeah.
person that has to do that. And then yung mga reels, yung mga TikTok, yung mga there's also a huge demand for um there's still so much demand for, let's say, Facebook ads, yung mga Instagram ads, yung mga ads of all sorts, Google ads, TikTok ads. Building funnels are still such a huge demand. And with that comes, like Shopify, as well as like ClickFunnels, yung mga, I mean, I'm not saying Shopify is a funnel, but you get what I mean, like websites. WordPress, it's still a demand. Still a demand for, let's say, different kinds of like content management software. Um, Also demand for, let's say, um, in general, people who will help their clients with profitability. So, how can you contribute? By obviously helping with conceptualizing, new marketing strategies, enforcing those, and most of all, executing. And still there's so much demand from clients with VAs who will help them with doing the admin work, doing like filling in the gaps when the client is engaged with their clients. So there will always be demand for that. There's so many things really. So for me, aside from it's a global demand, everybody can find their place in here. Because if you're not mahilig with making the TikToks, then you could maybe like position yourself as, let's say, helping your clients with the admin work or customer service, or let's say building the websites. Could be so varied. Graphics, yeah.
Okay. And yung last point naman natin dito is global opportunities. Yun. Syempre, yun nga, tayo ng mga VA na nandito sa Philippines yan. Actually, ano natin to, opportunity to na yun nga, dahil nakapag-work tayo with different clients. So, yung mga clients natin is nasa iba't ibang bansa. So, yun naman yung maganda. Kasi parang nabe-break natin yung geographical barriers. Since yun, ikaw nasa Pinas,
Yes.
tapos alam mo yun, yung base ng work mo nasa US. So, yan, magandang opportunity.
US, Australia,
Yeah.
Canada, Africa, Asia, like we have clients from Malaysia, Singapore, like that kind of thing. Europe, UK, like it's all over. It's a
Yeah.
very global community.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Okay. So, next po is, ayan, wait, before natin to i-discuss yan, guys, alamin ko lang kung nandyan pa ba kayo. Yan. So, kung may questions kayo, so drop nyo lang yan. And also, kung gusto niyo ng 500 peso GCash, yan, may mga nakikita na ako dito na nagme-mention. So, salamat sa mga nagme-mention. Malay nyo, sa inyo
Wow.
mapunta yung 500 peso GCash. Okay. So, next natin dito is importance of skill development. Siyempre, to thrive as a virtual assistant, kailangan talaga alam mo yun, ma-improve natin yung mga skills natin. And so now, pag-usapan natin yung skills development or skill development cornerstone para sa ating success. So first natin dito is adaptability. So showcasing the importance of being adaptable to different tasks and technologies in the ever-evolving virtual assistant landscape. So Miss, gaano ba to ka ano, gaano to kahalaga yung pagiging adaptable mo sa iba't ibang bagay?
Okay. So, I would really say no na in all kinds of careers, if you're not adapting to new things, actually kahit anong business pa, you're always going to be left behind. But most especially if you want to be a virtual assistant, tapos you feel like you're an old dog that cannot learn new tricks, you're going to have a hard time if you have that kind of parang ideology and mindset. So I would say that this is number one. That's what I why I mentioned to Evan earlier and to everyone, diba? This is like the most important. Yeah.
Okay. So next po natin dito is core competency. So halos nabanggit na namin to kanina like yun nga communication skills yan. Dagdag na rin natin syempre organization tsaka yung time management as well as yung problem solving abilities and yung kakasabi lang ni Miss Judy yung regarding sa pagiging adaptable or yun nga adaptability. Okay? So that's for core competencies. And yung specialization naman dito, syempre as a virtual assistant, okay na alam natin lahat ng skills. But also, kailangan nag-ano din tayo, nagsispecialize din tayo sa isang specific na niche since, yun nga, mas mag-grow din tayo. And Miss, gaano ba ka-importante itong specialization na to? Hindi ba pwede yung okay na sa akin na alam ko lahat ng skills, kaya kong gawin yun lahat?
You know what? Um, Siguro organically, when you start working for a client, you will somehow know kung ano yung magiging favorite tasks mo. And organically, you will actually really realize na, you know what? Out of all these tasks na ginagawa ko, ito talaga yung favorite ko. Gusto ko mag-grow dito. So, I would say that should be your North Star in realizing kung ano yung gusto mong maging specialization. In fact, kahit sa training pa lang, you will be able to discover kung ano yung mga favorite mong gawin. Kasi nga, the beauty of this industry is you get to choose who you want to be, what you want to do, when you want to do it. Nobody's going to force you. But the caveat there is you have to give your all and you have to do your best. Kasi if you're going to be mediocre lang tapos let's say, oh, yung naging specialization mo is like video. Pero kasi, um, kontento ka na sa Windows Movie Maker. Yung ganon, kontento ka na doon. Ayaw mo na mag-upskill kasi na-learn mo na yan back in 2008. Obviously, mapapag-iwanan ka. Obviously, you will wonder, no, why nobody is hiring me to make those reels? Pwede ko naman gawin. And obviously, because you didn't, like try to niche down and explore further, that's what's going to happen. You're going to be left behind with the competition. Nobody's going to hire you. And then you're not going to be satisfied, not just because you don't have money and nobody will hire you, but also the beauty of life is to really like somehow grow and develop yourself. So yun.
Yes, ayan. So, highlight ko lang din yung sinabi nga ni Miss Judy kanina sa kahalagahan ng continuous learning. So, imagine up until now si Miss Judy nag-upskill pa din siya. So, tulad sa atin yan, mga VA. So, dapat, yun nga, continuous yung skill development natin. So, never stop learning, di ba? Sabi nga nila. And lalo na ngayon sa technology natin or sa, yun nga, kung anong meron ngayon na parang bawat araw merong pagbabago sa technology. So, yun yun. Kaya,
Yeah, like at a lightning speed. Ewan ko bakit
true.
slow before, no? Like, it seems like sa 80s sa 90s, parang every year, Adobe lang talaga ang
Yes.
nagre-release. Yung mga new
Nag-update.
things. Yung mga ganun, Adobe. Sila lang. Microsoft. Sila lang talaga. Right now, everybody's like, it's so amazing. It's just so amazing na even for me, like, kaya nga, I'm really making an effort. Like, for example, earlier lang today, I dis I made this Pinterest na ano, parang pin na anong next kong i-upskill. Yung ganun. It's for the curiosity of it,
Yeah.
but also because I know that pwede bang magamit sa sarili ko, sa negosyo, pwede ba naming maturo to sa VAU, yung mga ganon. So,
Yeah.
but if we don't, then, you know, baka we're the training company na, like for example, if hindi talaga tayo mag-upskill, tapos yung mga client, bakit movie maker lang ang alam ng mga tao ninyo? Yung mga ganon, tayo pa ang ma-blame. Yun.
True. Okay. Next. Okay, setting clear goals. So, yun, syempre, sa journey ninyo na, yun nga, ipaperson nyo yung pagiging virtual assistant, importante na maging clear and achievable yung goals natin. Yan. So, now let's explore yung significance of goal setting. So, first is clarity and direction. So, Miss, gaano ba kahalaga na, yun nga, kahit halos medyo napag-usapan na natin siya kanina. So, gaano ba kahalaga yung clear yung goals mo? And mahalaga ba na parang gagawa pa tayo ng roadmap kung ano ba yung mga gusto
For
natin
me, it's so
mangyari?
important kasi I really did that kahit walang nag-training sa akin before. I can still vividly remember that I wrote it on paper.
Yes.
Not saying that you have to write it on paper kasi ang dami na nating mga flow chart ng mga apps ngayon, 'di ba? Pero in my end, I really wrote it in paper kasi I wanted it to be some sort of agreement and contract sa sarili ko na ito yung mangyayari sa buhay ko. And true enough, this is so important, guys, kasi when I did that, imagine that it literally was my roadmap for the next 13 years of my life, 14 years of my life. If you're just going to like parang suntok sa buwan lang with everything, like ay, feel ko lang na ano, you're going to be that kind of person, you know? Sasabihin mo, ay, basta gusto ko lang raket-raket. Tapos, bigyan mo nga ako ng client, yung ganun. Tapos, if you're like that kasi, magiging ma-discourage ka. Tapos, ay, yung client na binigay sa akin, kahit malaki yung sahod, pero natatamad ako. Parang ganun. And then, like, I'll try to find another one na lang. And then you realize na, ang swerte mo na pala na binigyan ka nun kahit wala kang skills. Tapos, the real job market is hindi pala ganyan ka-easy. Yung ganon. So, you have to really set things out. Like, for me, napaka-OA nito, pero I really tried to envision what kind of life I want to live. Really, I really described it. Like, you know what? Gusto ko ang dami kong tulog. Next is, kung gusto kong pumunta ng Boracay anytime or Palawan or whatever it is. Kasi simple lang talaga yung wishes ko, Kenj, at first. Gusto ko
Yeah.
talaga, kasi parang na-bitter talaga ako na I couldn't go to Boracay with my friends kasi meron akong trabaho. Tapos sila, I think at that time, wala pa silang trabaho. Tapos na-bitter ako. So, think of your whys, think think of where you want to go and what you are willing to do to get there. And then also make sure na meron kang mga milestones na you know what? Siguro ang first goal ko is makapag-training or like at least have the skills. Tapos next is to just land a client. Tapos next is ano yung mga next goals mo. Like you have to like write it down. I highly encourage that. Some people will say na I'm just going to like think it in my head. The reality is for some reason like in my end I have to write it down and I still do that. I still like have pieces of paper. I write it down. And then for some reason, dun lang siya matatak sa brain ko na yun yung path ko if I write it down.
True. Okay, so for short-term and long-term goals, meron ka bang naging ano nun, Miss? Ayun nga, for long-term objectives mo ba noon, kasama ba to itong virtual lasting sa plans mo before?
I'm going to be honest, at first talaga, ayaw ko mag-think ng ganyan kasi hirap na nga ako to pay my
Sa,
bills. Yung ganon. Hirap na nga ako to pay my bills. So, hindi talaga ako nag-think ng super long term. But it happened when I saw na ang dami kong clients, pero ang hirap mag-refer ng tao kasi always lang na-fail. Parang I needed, like for example, let's say, nagre-refer ako ng tao tapos na-failure lang kasi wala silang alam or natu-turn off ang client kasi yung work ethics mali-mali, yung gano'n. So, it happened siguro at that time, yung short-term goal ko is to just have a job that will feed me. Yung long-term goal ko is to have the kind of lifestyle na afford ko yung gusto kong kainin. Yung mga ganon, like to have the kind of siguro income na I can afford. Let's say for example, kung gusto kong mag-shopping, hindi naman mahal. Even at that time, hindi naman mahal. Pero I said to myself, you know what? The greatest luxury is to be able to afford groceries without like kasi before pumupunta talaga kami ng sister ko sa mall. May nearby mall kasi sa amin. Tapos may sale sa 8 o'clock. Yung ganon. Tapos, yun lang talaga ang bibilhin namin. Yung 50% off na bread. At saka yung 50% off na gulay. Not kidding. I'm not, I'm not kidding. Tapos, you know what? My long-term goal was, you know what? Makakapag-grocery ako kahit gusto ko, kahit bilhin ko pa yung mga mamahaling mga canned goods na gusto ko. Yung ganon. Eventually, but then I'm not saying that that was just my long-term goal. Quickly and not too long, I was able to achieve that. So I said, you know what? From time to time, I would make these short-term and long-term objectives. Eventually, I said, you know what? I'm going to build a company because there's such a big need for it, especially that it was my own struggle. That came, I wouldn't say on the first year that I was freelancing because I was just concerned for myself. It probably came on the second year that I was doing the freelancing work.
Okay. So lastly naman is yung SMART goals yan. So alam ko lahat tayo familiar na with that. So specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound. So pwede nyo yung gawing guide as you set yung mga goals ninyo. And yun, syempre ang gusto lang naman namin iparating sa inyo for this one is yun, yung clear and achievable goals. Yun, talagang kailangan maging detalyado yung pagpaplano natin so that alam mo yun, unti-unti talaga nating ma-achieve yung mga yon. Okay, so next is navigating the learning curve. So, yun, syempre, as we embark tong virtual assistant journey natin na to, so, kailangan alam natin or maintindihan natin yung importance ng, yun nga, talagang tawag dito, continuous learning. So, crucial yon. So, now, i-explore natin kung paano ba natin mananavigate yung learning curve na sinasabi natin dito. So first is adapting to new technologies. Of course, syempre as AVA, kailangan unang-una tayo na nagiging updated kung ano man yung mga updates sa technology natin. So, ma-share ko lang din lalo na sa Facebook ads yan. Parang araw-araw yata may update yung araw-araw nagbabago yung Facebook ad. So,
Nakakaloka,
iba na
no?
last year, iba na naman siya ngayon. Yan.
My
So, dapat
God.
aware tayo as AVA sa mga ganong changes. Okay, next is professional development. Halos ano na lang din to, pahapyon na lang din to since na-discuss na natin kanina. Siyempre, nagpa-participate tayo sa mga webinars, sa mga workshops, and available na online courses. So, ang isang pwede niyong gawin is by joining Virtual Assistant University. Siyempre, since yun, talaga namang i-guide namin kayo all throughout. Hindi lang sa training, kundi pagka nagkaroon kayo ng client, so back up nyo kami. Okay, and lastly, yan, networking and mentorship. So, Miss, ano bang, gano'n ba kahalaga tong networking and mentorship?
This is so important, guys, kasi as somebody who started on this, literally like parang ginapang ko ang sarili ko, it was so difficult because walang taong magsasabi sa akin na, like, for example, I could have gotten certain jobs na madali lang pala if somebody told me na, you know what, eto, bigyan kita ng tips kung paano to, or like, if meron lang talaga nagsabi sa akin na, you know what, hindi naman ganyan ka-complicated yung WordPress na aralin. Do you know that I only learned WordPress parang after 5 years of like being in this industry? 5 years. Took me so long. I was already hiring people, by the way. Me having to learn it took so long because I thought it was so overwhelming. It is kind of, right? But then if there's a certain click na, you know what? If you just get to start it, it's not so difficult after all. Imagine if I had been more open, and if somebody had like just told me, or like, like if I was just more exposed. I think also meron din akong fault kasi meron din akong pagka-loner. So hindi naman ako like super, like for example, if somebody's not going to seek me out, I'm not going to seek them out. But you know what? Had I gotten the mentorship, had I, explored more, probably the trajectory of my career and even like running this company would have been so different. And on the and I'm not saying that everybody will be running a company, or because no, not everybody wants to do that, but as a virtual assistant you could have gotten so many opportunities and so many like learnings, like even just one interaction with someone and then they would mention na, "Uy, itry mo to," and you wouldn't know that that would be so impactful in the next 3 years for you. So for me, that's very important.
Yes, thank you po for that. And yung next po natin dito is building an online presence. Yan, syempre, as someone na yun nga, tatahakin tong virtual assistant industry na to, so importante na nakikilala tayo online. So first, we have here yan professional website. So kung makikita nyo to, professional website, LinkedIn profile optimization, social media engagement, actually ma-encounter nyo yan dito sa training. And kami din mismo magtuturo sa inyo hands-on kung paano ba kayo makakapag-start ng professional website ninyo. Yan, lalo na sa pati sa social media. Okay, so gaano ba kahalaga, Miss, na as AVA is meron ka nitong online presence na tinatawag?
You know what? If wala ka kasing mapakita sa mga tao what you can do and who you are, nobody's going to hire you. Para siyang resume, pero people want to have a more interactive way to experience how good you are. So if wala kang professional website, wala kang mapakita, people will say na, Legit ba siya? It's just like that. Kasi as much as we want to question if legit ba yung client, tayo, are we also legit? 'Di ba? What can we really do? Kasi nag-i-invest din ang tao to pay for the salary, 'di ba? So yan.
Ay, sorry, naka-off mic pala. Okay, so yun, that's it for online presence. Next is, yan, overcoming challenges. And I think ito na yung pinaka-last natin dito. So, overcoming challenges. So, the journey from aspiring to thriving comes with its set of challenges. Siyempre, yun nga, sinabi namin sa una pa lang, kailangan maging clear yung objectives ninyo. Bakit ba gusto ninyo maging VA? Hindi lang dahil yun nga, madali kumita sa pagiging VA, mag-VA na din kayo. Okay, so now, let's explore kung paano ba ninyo ma-overcome tong mga obstacles na to. And yun, mas maging stronger sa virtual assistant landscape. Okay, so first is yan, reflecting on achievements. Bakit po ba mahalaga tong reflecting on achievements?
For me, okay, it's very important kasi we can get into negative self-talk. We can get into negative self-talk, we can get into like parang self-doubt. And the thing about it is we're not in school anymore, 'di ba? And there's no parents na sasabihin na, "Uy, ang galing-galing mo anak." Yung ganon. Here at VAU though, we try our very best to encourage you and to also like really somehow be like your sounding board for your concerns, as well as we also give feedback. That's so helpful. That's something that's so priceless actually, na may magva-validate na, uy, ang galing, ang ganda ng website na ginawa mo. Kasi sometimes we would also be wondering na, what if ako lang nagandahan? But what if it's tsaka pala in person? 'Di ba? Like in reality, 'di ba? Yung mga ganon. But for me, let's say about reflecting on achievements, do you know that every day, like it's also like in line with gratitude and recognition na point. Do you know that every day I still maintain a gratitude journal? Especially, I notice talaga no na in the times na I'm super depressed, hindi din ako nag-gratitude journal. Pero in the times when I'm feeling much better about myself, I'm doing the gratitude journal. And it's really because in this VA industry, especially, 'di ba, yung word na freelance, it's it's a career that you build out for yourself. It's you're not just stuck on like a corporate job na every month may magsasabi sa na, "Uy, ang galing-galing mo." You have to have some sort of self-motivation to keep going on. 'Di ba? And if you don't build on your small achievements, like for example, uy, natuto na akong ganito. Uy, na-happy yung client sa ginawa ko na ganito. Like you have to, like in my end, it may sound cheesy, but I write it down. Like yesterday, I congratulated myself for not being too tired. I mean, not being too lazy about doing a certain task. Like I really wrote it down and I'm like, I'm so proud of myself for like battling my laziness about it. And then another thing is nahugas ako ng plato. Yung mga ganun. So, it, I'm so proud na nagugas ako ng plato. I'm not kidding. But in the virtual assistant world, you have to build on that. Like write down in your gratitude journal or like even just yourself, pat yourself in the back like, oh, this is such a big deal that you learned this certain skill because then, it's going to impact me. I hope my ramblings are making sense.
Yeah. Totoo po yan. And yun nga, regarding naman sa setting milestones, parang nabanggit may nabanggit ka kanina regarding this one. So, pwede mo po bang ma-emphasize yung regarding dito sa setting milestones? Paano ba namin gagawin to?
Okay. So, kasi naman, in between the biggest goals of our lives, like for example, we really don't know kung ano talaga yung biggest goal mo sa buhay mo, like your life goal, your ultimate life goal. What if yung ultimate life goal mo is to be a millionaire, let's say, or maybe to sa akin talaga, I think my ultimate life goal is to really build businesses that really matter to me and for me are impactful to audiences and people that I care about. But obviously when I was starting out as a VA, I can't really say na mag-open ako ng kumpanya kasi obviously I don't have funds. Yung mga ganon. So from the time that I started, I had small milestones. Like for example, in order for me to get there, I was thinking, how many clients can I get para makapag-outsource ako ng mga trabaho? Kasi obviously, if gagawa ako ng outsourcing company, tapos wala namang clients na, mabibigyan, walang trabaho na mangyayari, di ba? Something like that. So, the journey starts with one small step. So it's really like that. So in fact, before I even really like conceptualize starting a company, I really had to see for myself if there are sustainable jobs even for myself, even just for myself before I even like pass the other jobs to like, and then it after that kasi ang dami ko nang ginawa, pinasa ko yung ibang mga trabaho ko sa sister ko. Tapos, sa brother ko. Tapos, at that time, sa boyfriend ko. Tapos, sa nanay ko. I'm not kidding. It was a family operation. For more than a year. I'm not kidding. Like,
Oh,
I'm really not kidding. And then, somehow I validated my idea. And I said, you know what? Maybe I should really start a company around this. So, even before I really started the company, I already had a lot of clients. So, in my end, I said, you know what? Maybe I should start now with this, something like that. But it took time. So the small milestones was jobs for me, jobs for these people who are like my direct family, something like that. It could be super different for you. So let's say for example as a virtual assistant, the first milestone for me was really to have a living wage. And I'm not kidding, my first milestone was kahit 15,000 pesos lang. But that was like so many years ago. So, in my end, I said, you know what? Kaya kong mag-home-based job na ayaw ko na talaga mag-call center if kahit 15,000 lang. I was able to achieve that. So, next, I said, you know what? Gawin natin 20,000. Gawin natin 25,000. Gawin natin 30,000. Something like that.
okay. So, meron pong question dito, Miss. So, what are the common challenges daw po ng mga VAs ngayon?
Okay. Ang dami-daming challenges. Obviously, anything in the world, ang daming challenges. But for virtual assistants, the first challenge really is to get a client. It's a real challenge right now kasi if you are not being coached, if you're not being trained, if you don't have the skills, kahit if you have the skills, it's a dog eat dog world out there. And when you're posting your profile online, it's grabe yung competition. Okay? That's where we come in, where we have our own clients na ipasa ka na lang sa mga clients. And the reason why we have clients is because we already have a track record and a lot of our clients are even like mga referrals ng mga clients. So it's like that. That's one of the common challenges. That's the first major challenge. The next challenge is, we already mentioned it, are you gonna get paid? So there are so many clients na feeling mo ay ang bait-bait niya tapos hindi nagbayad. Kahit you're working for them, tapos at first nagbayad sila and then later on hindi na nagbayad. That's also something that we also help with at Virtual Assistant University and Virtual Lasting, because regardless of it, you will really get paid. What else are common challenges ng mga VAs ngayon? Third major challenge is the stability of the job. Okay? So, ang dami-dami mong makikita kasi I'm also in some forums. Sometimes I read, sometimes I just really don't read kasi I'm just tamad. But then, time and time again, I would see mga guys, I'm so depressed right now kasi yung client ko nag-pull out, yung mga ganon. I'm so sad kasi nakakaluwag-luwag na sana kami tapos nawala pa yung client ko, anong gagawin ko, blah, blah, blah. That's really common. And I'm not saying that that doesn't happen to us kasi nga, that is the nature of the industry. Okay? In our end, here at Virtual Lasting, what we do is kung merong client na mag-cancel tapos you have stellar performance naman, we will pass you on to another client as soon as possible. I'm not saying immediately. Sometimes it will take time, but we will do our best na i-shortlist ka agad para maka-transition ka to have your own client. But it is a real challenge right now, especially for loan agents or loan wolves who do it on their own. It could take months for them to get another client. It could take weeks, months, 3 months, 6 months to get another client. That's the real reality of it. In our end, we do our very best na it will not take super long. Basta, of course, but before that happens, we also do our best. Like with us here at Virtual Lasting, what we do is we really do a lot of risk management. We really try to analyze if you're at risk na mawala ng client, yung ganon. Kasi we will ask for your client's feedback. And that's not something that a lot of VAs get to experience if they do on their own. Another thing that we do is we also really train the VAs to do practices para hindi sila mawala ng client. In fact, here at Virtual Lasting, a lot of our VAs have their clients for years, like more than 1 year, more than 2 years, 3 years, and more, because we already know what works and what doesn't. I'm not saying naman that you're never going to experience it by yourself, but this is the harsh reality of the VA industry. If you are not if you are not prepared for these eventualities, it's really gonna hurt, because one day you can have a client and then the next day you won't. Sometimes you'll be paid, sometimes you won't. Yeah.
Okay, thank you. Yung question ni Evan, so magandang ano siya, pang-end ng topic natin for
Yeah,
tonight.
but
And
then I'm not trying to scare everyone, ha? Kasi
yeah,
that's why we help. That's why we're here. But even for the people who are not planning to join, I'm not trying to scare anyone na it's not worth it, because the rewards are so nice as well. You
yeah,
can really build the life that you want to live and design the way that you want to like work. It's a thing that's really like it's trending up. It's not just even small companies that's hiring virtual assistants. Even big companies all over the world are going in this direction. And so it's really worth it, but then there is sacrifice.
yes. And yun nga, syempre, as a virtual assistant and kayo soon to be na mga virtual assistant, syempre mahalaga talaga sa atin yung yung determination and resilience para yun nga, talaga ma-overcome natin yung mga challenges na may experience natin. Okay, so yeah, that's it. So that's it for our topic ngayon or tonight yan, from aspiring to thriving steps to become a successful virtual assistant. Okay, so this time naman, so it's time na i-introduce namin sa inyo yung program namin sa Virtual Assistant University. So, let me, okay. Okay, so mga interested to visit our website, so you just have to go to virtualassistant.university. Yeah. So, yun lang yung website namin guys sa virtualassistant.university. Not
I-show
virtualassistantuniversity.com.
sila ng ano, ng text form kung anong what to type.
Oh, yes, yes. Sige po. I-share ko lang po ulit.
Yeah.
Ayan. Okay, yeah. So,
Mhm.
virtualassistant.university lang, guys. Okay. So, yun nga. Lagi ko tong sinasabi, lagi ko tong tinatanong sa lahat. Do you want to be a virtual assistant earning in dollars kahit nasa bahay lang? So, syempre, lahat naman tayo gusto yon. Pero ano nga ba yung freelancing? Paano ba magsimula? Ano ba yung mga kailangan ko to start my journey? And ano ba yung mga skills na in demand ngayon? So, ilan lang yan sa mga questions ninyo na na-search nyo na sa Google o kaya naman nakita ko na sa mga Facebook groups. Pero hindi lang natin yan basta sasagutin dito sa training, kundi kami din mismo yung tutulong sa inyo kung paano ba kayo makapag-land sa unang client ninyo. So about Virtual Assistant University, Virtual Assistant University again is a training platform owned by Virtualasting where it aims to provide virtual assistant training for those who need to learn virtual assistant skills and for those who want to upgrade their skills as AVA. So, yun. Kahit wala kang experience sa pagiging virtual assistant or gusto mo lang mag-upskill, so welcome na welcome ka to join our training. And yun nga, na-mention na kanina ni Miss Judy yung Virtualasting. So, Virtualasting is yung mother company ng Virtual Assistant University. So, si Virtualasting yung nagpo-provide ng client sa mga graduates ng VOW. Okay? So, ano ba yung coverage ng ating training? So, we have here understanding the fundamentals of virtual assistance, effective communication strat, mastering time management, mastering Google Workspace tools, efficient email handling, data management, advanced research, effective social media strategies, project management, and CRM system. So, kung mapapansin ninyo, kung makikita ninyo yung nasa LMS na natin kung makapag-enroll na kayo. So, kinategorize lang namin siya. Okay? Just like sa effective social media, so dyan magpo-fall under yung Facebook, yung Instagram, and other social media platform. Okay? So, now what sets us apart? So, first is affordable. So, later, yeah, malalaman nyo na how much ba yung training fee natin. Flexible learning. So, sa mga hindi nakakaalam, meron tayo ditong self-paced program. So, kung hindi nyo kayang mag-attend sa mga Q&A session natin every 9 p.m., so every weekdays yan. So, pwedeng-pwede kayo mag-join sa self-paced program natin. Same benefit lang yung makukuha ninyo with the regular program. Kung magkaroon man kayo ng time to attend yung Q&A session natin, so pwedeng-pwede kayo mag-join anytime. So, practical skills. Ayan, syempre, naniniwala tayo dito sa practice-based approach. So, expect na per module or per lesson, merong equivalent task yan na kailangan ninyong ma-accomplish. And yung mga task na yan, hindi lang yan basta nilagay dyan. So, kung magkakaroon kayo ng client soon, so hindi kayo mag-a-adjust pa, so yan na din yon. Yan na din yung most likely na gagawin ninyo with your clients. So, lastly, community support. So, syempre hindi lang tayo dito basta training, kundi yon. May na-build na din tayo na community, and yung na-build natin na community sa training, yun naman yung maganda kasi nadadala natin siya pagka may mga clients na tayo. So, yun. Virtual Assistant University will help you make your freelancing home-based virtual assistant dreams come true by molding you to become the kind of VA that clients love. So, aside sa mga technical skills na na-mention ko kanina, yun, syempre yung mga soft skills na tinatawag, mahalaga yon, especially as someone na lagi may kipag-interact with their client. So, dapat alam natin yung mga yon. Now, for our pricing before, yun nga, 2,000 pesos per module yung price natin. So, just do the math. Yun yung pricing natin before. But now, you can avail yung training natin or lahat ng modules for 3,999. So all in access na yan. Meron din kaming resources na pinaprovide sa inyo. One example is yung kanina sa paano ba kayo magkakaroon ng online presence. So yun, by building website. So kami yung magpo-provide sa inyo ng hosting, ng domain. So kami, binabayaran namin yon on a monthly or yearly basis. Pero sa inyo, sa one-time payment din yun na 3,999. So kasama na siya doon. Okay? And yan. So kung interested na kayo to enroll, so ito yung payment channels natin. We have here BPI, BDO, Union Bank, GCash, Maya, Coins at PH, Palawan, M. Luwilier, Cebuana. And also kung gusto niyo magbayad via debit or credit, pwede rin yun. Okay? So to enroll, so click nyo lang tong link na nakikita ninyo or yung button na enroll now. So meron pang mga enroll now button dyan. So i-click nyo lang yan and yan, madadirect kayo sa ating forms. Okay, so hindi pa siya na-update. Update natin yan. And pwede nyong i-visit for now yung link na makikita ninyo sa description part ng live stream or sa comment section. Ayan, kinoment na siya ng ating admin. So, for self-paced and for regular, so just visit the link na nakikita niyo sa screen. Okay? So, yun lang again guys, kung gusto niyo ng 500 peso GCash, just share this live stream, make sure na naka-public yan, or pwede ninyong i-mention yung family and friends ninyo sa comment section, baka yun na, kayo na yung manalo ng 500 peso GCash. I-announce natin yan next week yan. Okay? Or sa next live stream natin. Okay, that's it. Thank you so much po, Miss Judy, for yan joining me tonight. Yes,
Thank
na-miss
you
ko po
so
yung
much, Kenj, for
ah,
your perseverance and for also like being present on the live streams along with Yurilyn and Hope and Mira. I really appreciate it. I am going to do my very best to be back in most of the live streams.
yes.
So, at least meron naman akong kachika, yung ganon.
Yes.
I'm just so happy to see you, and I'm so thankful for everyone who was on the live stream. You all have a great evening, and you take care, okay?
Good night po. Thank you
Bye.
guys.
Bye.